It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Another hurricane season is upon us. Make this year different. Equip yourself with a backup power generator from JH Launchers Electric. We can source and supply any size, anytime, to your specifications. But the best part is, we stock generators. No more long waiting and delays for your home unit. We proudly stock from 2,000 watts all the way to 26,000 watts gas and diesel generators. Automatic and manual transfer switches are also in stock. Visit JH Launchers Electrics today.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful Tuesday afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome once again to The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, alongside Terry Fenelon and our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. It is Tuesday, the 5th of August, 2025. Our program, as you know, is weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on this radio station, Real FM, that serves you on the frequencies of 91.3 megahertz for those of you in the northern part of St. Lucia, and 91.5 megahertz for the south, simulcasting on NBC television, channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We're also available on Facebook Live, and YouTube live streaming. Hope you're having a good day so far. Hope the week, the first full one for the month of August, is ticking along nicely for you. It usually is a very good month, a very nice month, weather-wise, everything, except if we have one of those tropical disturbances, which tend to increase in frequency between now until the end of the season. August, September tend to be among the most active months of the annual Atlantic hurricane season. So just bear that in mind and always keep yourself prepared. Be careful, take warnings and watches and all alerts very seriously and act upon them, but we're not in that zone right now. And let us hope that the season will pass and we will be spared the worst parts of it. I'm not exactly sure what that means for you. If you're in a low-lying area, that probably involves flooding precautions. If you're living in hilly areas and slopes and so on, landslides and rock falls and so on would probably be your concern. In open areas where the wind has free access to it, especially farmlands on the East Coast, the Dennery Valley and so on, you probably would be concerned about your crops. Therefore, bravo to the government of St. Lucia for taking steps to get some enhanced crop insurance for farmers. We know how hard they've been hit. We know the story of the history of wind crop and the government of St. Lucia recognizing, proactively taking steps to put something in place. Terry Fenelon was just giving me a little jab about my yellow shirt. You won't see it, but I'm wearing black pants, and I try to tell him, there's a uniform of a local company, maybe two of them actually. Not very serious, but maybe I'll tell Terry now that I decided to wear a yellow shirt today to emphatically make the point that fellas like him, I'm distancing myself from them, especially when I hear Tommy Descott talking about this communist fellas, this Marxist fellas. I didn't know there was such a thing as a comrade ideology. So apparently even calling people comrade is something that is absolutely, completely forbidden in the territory where Tommy is from. I really thought people knew and understood that those pejoratives are no longer applicable. They're so passé. They're so past tense. Mm-hmm. Who cares about communists and anything of that? And besides, Tommy, when your party, led by Alan Chastney, was in office, did they break ties with Cuba? Did they end our diplomatic relations? Did they stop sending St. Lucians to study in Cuba? Did they refuse Cuban scholarships? Did they do any of that? It seemed to me that Alan Chastney, they were just so happy to just continue. They tried to impress the United States in Venezuela, of course, joining the Lima Group and all this kind of nonsense that they did. But I'm not sure they actually broke off diplomatic relations with Venezuela, but when doing a lot of magi, with themselves and so on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, not a problem. At least it's not anything on the more lurid side. Nothing on the more lurid side, that we would have some moans, that will allude to something else. So, people calling people the comrade ideology and the Marxist. Does Tommy really understand what Marxist, Leninist, communist is? Maybe somebody should send Tommy to North Korea, Send him there and tell him, take your chances, in North Korea. Because even China, which is officially communist, has evolved to a point where people cannot even distinguish China from America in terms of, their society, the market system. They're tough, of course. But, Vietnam, these places have evolved so much that the only truly hardcore communist country in the world, I know Burma has its military government and so on, Myanmar and all of that. But there's so few communist countries in the world, you could count them on one hand. It's Cuba, it's North Korea, it's China, it's Myanmar, and Vietnam. Maybe there's one more that I'm not thinking about. But who talks about communism anymore? Who uses that as a denigratory pejorative against anybody, communist, Marxist, this kind of thing, and to try to throw it? How is St. Lucia coming close to be a Marxist, communist, Leninist state and so on, when you can have your lives and your town halls and your meetings every single day?
And you can refer to the Prime Minister as a criminal.
Yeah,
that's what it says. The top floor of the Grand is criminality.
Yeah, everybody have their talk show, everybody have their live, everybody have their podcast. People go wherever they want. They drive up and down the place. If there's any roadblock, it is for police doing the odd, traffic stop to check on people, or for traffic management because there's road construction works taking place and so on. Where is our freedom of movement and our freedom of association and freedom of assembly and freedom of speech? Where is that curtailed in St. Lucia at all? Go to North Korea, Tommy. Go to North Korea and call Kim Jong-un, that's his name, any of those kinds of names of call him a criminal, and see if you'll ever be seen again. Go to those places. Seriously. Go there and see if you will ever be seen again. Go to Cuba, just Cuba, and participate in any unauthorized, unapproved march or protest, whatever, and so on. And see how quickly you'll find yourself arrested and brought to court and whatever it is, punishment that will be meted out to you. You come in and call St. Lucia, that kind of thing. Why? Because people call each other comrade and this sort of thing. Look at today. A man like me who's known to be so anti-flambeau. Look at me. I'm wearing my yellow shirt. Why? Because I consider it to be part of my freedom. I consider it to be, I'm not in any kind of bondage of slavery that puts any color off limits to me that I can't wear it, because everybody knows where my heart is. Everybody knows where my mind is. Everybody knows that it's more than skin deep, much less garments deep and this sort of thing. This is the freedom that we have as St. Lucians, and we have always been that way. People have talked the talk when it suited them, when they were playing to a certain gallery and a certain audience, to show themselves that they're the tough guys wearing military fatigues and greens and so on, and talking the revolutionary talk. Some of those people, they were absorbed into the United Workers' Party so quickly when it was politically expedient. I'm talking about George Odlum. Which man spoke revolution more? Which man spoke Marxist more? Peter Josie was another guy who used to openly declare himself and describe himself as being a Marxist, Leninist, kind of guy and so on. Why did Peter Josie end up? Did they have any problem with him in the UWP on account of his past, if in fact it was his past? And George Odlum and so many of the others who ended up being frontline UWP people. Did they ever make any official renunciation or repudiation of those positions? And come on, I think you're a very young man. This is how where your mind is stuck at. A relic of the Cold War. That's if you were even born yet, when the Cold War was at its peak or when it was winding down and so on. You come in with this kind of thing. Get some other talking points. Sorry about that, Terry, but I had to deal with that.
That's fine. Yeah. Because this guy has got me upset. You call my prime minister a criminal, brother man. You'll be dealt with most condemned, but not today. Today, Shelton, we're rejoicing.
Yeah, talk to me about it.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are rejoicing. Japan, I think I sent you a clip there. Video 7 is just about a few seconds. Just now, Jaquan is adjusting my mic because my mic is, today I'm in a happy mood. My research officer just sent me something there on the visa stuff. We're going to deal with that at some point in time. But Jaquan is going to line up video 7. What I did was the last thing I sent. I just sent it. I'm not sure if you have lined it up. Okay, you have not lined it up, but
it takes a little while.
Yeah, I know, it takes a little while. It speaks. You see, while you're having, I'm going to speak a little while, Jaquan, so you could line it up, huh? All right? When you guys are in your Friday funnies, and I think today they had a FES conference.
Was that the press conference where they confess?
They confess.
Like people tell you,
fess up, a FES conference. I don't know what was said at the FES conference. It's just I feel sorry for some of the reporters. You'll have to get up every Tuesday and go and listen to the same old nonsense. They regurgitating the same thing over and over, El Quapo and this and that, and the scaremongering. The latest thing is this: we're going to be in visas going to be revoked because of CIP and thing. And you read the thing from the State Department. That's across the board.
Was it last night that they had Benson being interviewed?
Benson, and they didn't even know certain basic things.
I felt sorry for Benson,
Benson,
First of all, Benson looks like he is unsure of himself.
He is.
He lacks self-awareness. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's saying. He struggles to express. I never realized he struggles to express himself like he has a speech impediment.
Well, if he has a speech impediment,
but the problem is the person who is the interviewer doesn't seem to have the basic ability to help
help
him
him
along.
along, yeah.
You know, to kind of give him that little.
Do you think it's
yeah,
inebriated, gin and stuff?
I don't know, but you know, the interviewer is asking the guy, tell me in 2 words
Yeah.
to describe Benson Emil.
2 words?
2 words. 2 words you're giving a guy.
No,
Tell man you give him 1 minute or
minute
something.
yeah.
Basically, if I were Benson, I'd say, okay, you want 2 words to describe Benson Emil? The 2 words are Benson Emil. You know, I mean,
Alcohol does that to you.
yeah, all right. Anyway, Terry, go
I know
ahead.
I was reading something about a kidnapping and feeding humans to pigs and
Attempting to feed somebody.
to the pigs in South Africa, and you know what came to my mind. You know what I mean? So these kind of things for some
So the
reason.
fellow from Denry North who's into pigs and so on,
Yeah,
if he
yeah,
needs somebody to help him in how to boost up his production. There's already a consultant
Consultant
there.
there,
I don't
yes,
watch them
yeah.
very carefully before people in Denry North
So,
start to disappear.
as I'm saying, Shelton, you know what I mean? This fellas, while they're having the Friday fun, is having fun. I mean, guys, one life to live. Have your fun, you know? I mean, you have nothing of substance. Okay. But listen to that. While you are having your Friday, your Sunday funnies, our Prime Minister, I told you already, he's not a charlatan. He's not showy. He doesn't come and, you know, babble nonsense. He's a worker. Just 47 seconds, and then we're going to play Wood One. We're going to put up Wood One. Just 47 seconds. Just put that up, Jaquan.
A 10-year passport will be introduced at no extra cost. A 10-year passport will be introduced at no extra cost. A 10-year passport will be introduced at no extra cost.
Oh, yes. Now we will put a 10-year. You see, Philip J. Pierre don't have time to, you know, he doesn't waste time. He says, you know, he counts the cost. That's biblical, right? Shelton, before you do something, you have to count the cost.
Yeah.
You have to see whether you have enough material and stuff. And, you know, Philip J. Pierre, as I told you, Dr. Anthony described him as a nuts and bolts man. So he put everything in place, and then he made the announcement. He doesn't speak before turn, you know. He says a 10-year passport at no extra cost. Put up Word One for us there. So let's read that. I don't even know why I have it, but let me get it. I'll see it on the screen. Just put it up. Word One. Ladies and gentlemen, strap your, you know, put your seatbelt on and listen to that. Today's the 5th of August.
Yes.
Today is August 5th. That is the day the cabinet was sworn in. You see, he always does things, you know. It's not coincidence, you know. 4 years ago, the cabinet was sworn in. You don't have Wood One, Jaquan? Come in there. 4 years ago today, to the exact date, cabinet was sworn in. You know, all the guys, Musa, Alva, they took up their responsibility. They had the sworn in cabinet meeting. And to the day, he heard you. So we have the 10. Let's let me read a little release from the office of the Prime Minister. So as you could go today, Tuesday, you could go, when you go to the immigration office to apply for your passport, you'll be getting a passport for 10 years. You spoke, he listened, and he has delivered. St. Lucia 10-year passport is now a reality. 5 years ago, from 5 years to 10 years, Prime Minister Pierre pledged it in the 2025-2026 budget address, and today, the Immigration Department has officially started issuing 10-year passports. Another promise made, another promise kept by the government of St. Lucia. People, are you hearing that? So while they're calling us El Guapo and Monk, what else they call us? A lot of things. They go in their Sunday funnies and they cannot deliver any policy statement. Philip J. Pierre and the cabinet of ministers, they are delivering. They are delivering. That's not all, you know. I started there because I got the news early this morning, and I told the press secretary, don't say nothing yet. Allow us to break it on the real issues. You know, Sheldon, I wanted us to have the scoop. But she says, Philip, too late. I have sent out the memo. So we wanted Sheldon, I wanted Sheldon and I to have, you know what, the bombshell,
the scoop.
breaking news. You know, that's what that's what they used to have. Breaking news and there was no news to break in. Bombshell and it was and they were duds. We wanted to have breaking news this afternoon. As of today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Flabo and Liber, when you go to the immigration department, you will be issued a 10-year passport. You heard you? And he has delivered. That's what we're doing, you know. We're just delivering. We are talking.
And for no more money than what you would have paid.
Same amount of change.
Yes. So if it was $300 for the
no,
5-year one,
more.
yeah, they would.
You know, putting people first. That's what Philip J. Pierre does. That's what the cabinet of ministers, that's what they do. That's what the administration, the Labour Party administration, that's what we do. We deliver. We don't call people names. We don't denigrate people. You understand? We deliver for you. We deliver for you. And so I know most of you will be happy. I stick in that. I got a 5-year. So I have to wait until it expires. But I'm happy. Because Philip JP has made you happy. And they are 10-year passports. So we have that. So, that alone. 10-year passport is delivered for you. The ascension to the CCJ, the minimum wage. Cases of Leoko. Chicken and rice. Huh? Now, Sheldon, before I go into something else, let the Prime Minister deal with this young man. Tommy, the communist.
Which he did.
That's video 6. Video 6. So, Jacqueline, we have some time before the break. And the Prime Minister is answering this little boy. I call him a little boy, I have some quotations for him because, he heard the word communist and I figured that can scare people. But we have been through that already. The Odom and Josie days, that was a scare tactics that Sir John used. And Sir John was brilliant, he's scared, you know what I mean? We didn't know. But now we know. The communism, as he said, that's no longer in the lexicon. We have moved on. And so, let the Prime Minister deal with Tommy and then we shall come there. Okay? Take it away, Jacqueline.
You see, again, a lack of knowledge. Communism is no longer in the lexicon of political science any longer. All students of political science have studied communism. And if you studied communism, you realize that the Sinusha Labour Party is nothing near communist. The Sinusha Labour Party believes in improving the life of the underprivileged. The Sinusha Labour Party believes in education for all. That is why the Sinusha Labour Party was the first party to get involved in universal primary school education, universal secondary education, and now we're going for universal early childhood education, and soon from now, universal tertiary education. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for improvement in wages. This is why we have a minimum wage. And I want to announce to you that in the next government, we are going to be more looking for a minimum wage per profession. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for social protection. This is why you're going to have an unemployment insurance. The Labour Party stands for equality in wages. That's why as far as 1998, under Kenny Anthony, we said the same wages for men, the same wages for women. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for union representation. Once 51% of the people are in the union, you must recognize the union. That's what it stands for. The Labour Party stands for land for the landless. This is why we've said that anybody who's been on crown lands, the government will give them a certain portion for their homes. What the Labour Party stands for? The Labour Party stands for sports for all. This is why the Labour Party built the National Stadium in Viewfort, the National Stadium, the Darren Sammy Stadium, and the Labour Parties now had a professional cricket league and a professional football league. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for youth empowerment. That's why we had the Youth Economy Agency, where thousands of young people are encouraged to go into their business. The Labour Party stands for the development of small and micro business. This is why we borrowed $10 million to set up small and micro business enterprises. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for empowerment of the underprivileged. So anybody, regardless of where you come from, regardless of where you were born, regardless of your beginnings, the Labour Party wants to use education to take you out of your beginnings, and hopefully that you don't forget where you came from. That's what we stand for. If you call that communism,
that is it. give me communism. I mean, Shelton, if that is what you call communism, Tommy, I will take it. You are the Prime Minister. Education. I mean, universal primary education, universal secondary education. Now we're moving into universal early childhood education. And he's looking, you see that tertiary education? Almost.
And
that's communism.
And this, you know, Tommy is coming to talk this foolishness. I'm going to be very merciless with this thing.
Oh, yes.
The guy is coming to talk this foolishness. Just when this government has broken ground by making crown lands, before the right of prescription was there for any other land, but you could not prescribe against the crown. Now they are making it possible for crown lands to become the ownership of people who have been residing, essentially squatting on it for a certain amount of time, I think 30 years, like it is standard for everybody. Which communist government or communist state which are given towards nationalizing things, towards confiscating things and putting them in state ownership, so that they can be for collective use, aka communal use, which is where the word communism comes from. You communize things. This government is looking to privatize, to privately empower people at the expense of the state, to remove from state hands and to give to people. That is the time of all times that you are going to criticize a government that is doing that. I mean, this guy doesn't know.
He doesn't know A from B.
I mean, come on.
Tommy, you just came, you don't know anything, you try to impress people, you understand, you pump a certain and this and that.
Yeah, he's going to fight against this communist state.
You know nothing, boy, you empty.
And this comrade ideology.
You say foolishness, I call it foolishity. You come in there if you're foolishity. Who are you trying to impress? Boy, I'll deal with you because you call my prime minister a criminal. Boy, that doesn't sit well with me. But today I'm not dealing with you. Today we marry. Today we deal with good things, and we want when people call. I mean, you already get your 10-year passport. You heard the Prime Minister is called, and he explained to you education, empowering of people, lifting people from poverty. You heard that Titus? It's not a handout; it's a hand up. That's what we're doing. The Prime Minister is empowering people, and then start with him. He go back to Dr. Kenny Anthony, and he goes further back. You understand? That's what Labour Party is about. You want to come and scare people about communism. What you know about communism, boy? Behave yourself, boy. If it's anything, I just said, well, we are social democrats. But you don't know the meaning of those things. You don't understand the politics. You're just there, setting and beating your chest as though you're some kind of power. You're nothing. You understand? So behave yourself. We will deal with you. So, the Prime Minister has answered you most lucidly, and he has told you what his government is about. Now, let me get my notes there because I don't want to get sidetracked there. Let me go back. Jaquan, let me see. There's one that is just a few seconds. Yes, a few seconds. I think that's video 2. That should take us to the break. You see? Listen to communism. Listen to what the Prime Minister is doing, Tommy. Because you were chief economic advisor and you run the country broke. The country is broke. No more money. You are the one advising. So behave yourself. We'll deal with you. So listen to what the Prime Minister is doing. He has done all of that. The 10-year passport, minimum wage. Listen to what he is doing now because he's concerned. Although the unemployment rate is very low, single digits, but there are people who are made unemployed involuntarily. So listen to what he's doing together with the NIC. That's a man who's not talking. He's just working. I told you already, he has a working brain. And that is my Prime Minister. Let it roll down.
In keeping with government's policy to improve the quality of life and social protection afforded to citizens, the government has commissioned the National Insurance Corporation to present proposals for the establishment of an unemployment insurance program. This program will allow persons who have become involuntarily unemployed to receive unemployment benefits. The government is committed to establishing an unemployment insurance program which will be implemented alongside an active labor market policy. The goal of the active labor market policy is intended to assist the unemployed in securing work placements, to encourage entrepreneurship and small business development, to provide basic work training for, in particularly, disadvantaged groups, and to incentivize employers to provide staff training.
So, already the NIC gave 2 sets of increases. The last one was 3.9%. And now he's going to sit with the NIC to discuss unemployment benefits. You see what we are doing? It's not woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's a need. He sits with the relevant persons and they decide. And very soon an announcement will be made as to how we can provide unemployment benefits. And as you are at the NIC, I mean, for all benefits 2005, that's not enough, because these fellows make you sitting on a lot of money. You've got to have 6 more. So there are other little things I'm sure that you could do. So I'm speaking on your behalf. But the Prime Minister is putting you first at every turn and every opportunity. Shelton, I think we need to go for the break.
Okay, thank you very much, Terry. We'll do that right now. Real Issues powered by Blue Waters will return shortly.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Real Issues powered by Blue Waters is on this Tuesday, the 5th of August 2025, with me, Shelton Daniel, alongside my co-host Terry Fenelon and our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. Before I hand back to Terry, let me just address the members of the Real Issues WhatsApp chat group. Folks, let me tell you this. I'm really happy with you people. To have a group of 300 plus members is not very easy to moderate and to monitor and so on, but I hardly have to, except just to catch up and update and familiarize myself with your contributions, your inputs, your comments, whatever it is. It's a whole lot by, especially those who actively participate all the time, very mature people and so on. It seems some of you are perturbed by some things which we really shouldn't be perturbed about. You know, it happens all the time. You're in any group, there will always be somebody who wants to share something from the group with somebody else outside the group. It's not something that you can do anything about, that you can police, that you can monitor, unless you know that it is happening, where you can remove people or warn them or whatever. You don't know. There is no trace of forwarding or sharing or copy and pasting. It's something that just comes with the territory. For me to go deleting anybody on a mere suspicion, but if you know, if you have evidence, if you have hints, if you have clues, you can directly contact me and say, you know, Shelton, I believe this person is doing that and so on, and here's my reason for it. Because every one of you would have access to me. Since all of you are in the group, because I, as the administrator, added you, and if I added you, you are in my contact list. And therefore you have the means of, you know, messaging me or calling me, whatever, and then saying, look, I have a suspicion about that. It will be treated confidentially. Let me just tell you this. One of the members of the group, personal friend of mine, very respected by me and so on, messaged me once and said, you know, there's a certain person who's in that group who they think is a sleeper, you know. The person is there, and in truth, a person is a very intelligent, very prominent, well-known person, but making no contribution on things that are supposed to be within that individual's area of expertise, interest. The person is supposed to be an authority, and they're feeling uncomfortable as to why certain things that they would expect that individual to naturally comment on that the person's not commenting on. And I'm just telling you that. I won't tell you what I did afterwards or what I didn't do, but this is the kind of heads up, you know. In other words, the person was telling me, we need to watch this person. They're too silent inside the group. That was just if you feel that way, you can let me know. There's no point. You know, let me tell you something about treacherous people, malicious people, and so on. They have a lot of vice, you know, as I like to say. You know, shy vis until joy you. And sometimes, in order to disguise themselves, they make noise about the very thing that they're guilty of. And so you might go and decide that you're deleting people from the group, but you'll never delete that person, because that is the person who's making noise about people sharing and so on. And it was all a deliberate act. It was all a smoke screen. It's all a decoy, because if the person is screaming about volley, I'm top volley, say volley, sir, you'll never believe that the person who's making the noise about the volley is a volley themselves. And so you will leave them unmonitored, you will leave them unwatched, you will not, you know, cast an eye on them, and so they'll be able to continue the things that they're doing. So here's what I say. Just consider it's part of the territory. Be circumspect in what you type, in what you write, in what you contribute, how you phrase it, how you compose it, and so on. Be very careful, but we can't have a group and treat it like it's so classified, like it's a top secret. And so if anything is shared, it becomes, you know, an insurmountable mountain, an unpardonable infraction, and so on. These things happen. We just have to. Because you might want to act on suspicion, and then you end up targeting the wrong people. You end up doing that. But let me also say, sadly, I have to put that one in. If there is anything inside the group that's being discussed that you feel it is endangering you, that you feel it is putting you at risk, that you feel uneasy about, sad as it may be, if you feel that strongly about it, that somebody's screenshotting something that you have put and forwarding it or sharing it with somebody else in an audience for which it is not intended, my friend, if you feel that strongly about it, leave the group. That's all I can tell you. I'm not telling that subtler go, I'm not chasing you. I'm just saying if you feel that strongly about it and that it is so much of a risk or danger to you and so on, then it's better you leave the group. I'll be sad to see you go, but I just find the concerns about this. I cannot ignore them. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what not to do. But if you feel it is of such potential harm to you, then sad as I am to see you go, that's all I can tell you. Leave the group. I don't think it's necessary, but that's the best I can do. I can't just go and look at it. You see that thing? It's Terry, It must be Terry that Terry. And sometimes Terry knows nothing about that at all. I can't come and say, I'm sure that it's not Jaquan. And sometimes Jaquan is the fellow who up to the tricks. He looking and acting innocent, but he doing it. You can't go on that kind of basis. So that I just wanted to put that. Terry's back in his chair.
Yeah. I apologize for this abrupt exit.
No problem.
This call was extremely, extremely important.
Yeah, okay.
All right, just pointing out something to Shelton there.
Yes.
So let me bring it up. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to take this call, and Shelton is very correct. So we have the 10-year passport with all the security features. Wonderful news. And Shelton, as you there, there are some paid operatives of the side, the United Workers side, because it's a side. And their aim is just to sow doubt and discord and to start mischief. And as we alluded to earlier, the latest one was about the visa thing that restrictions that the US is placing. And they are quick to say, St. Lucia, to scare you, to make you believe that Philip J. Pierre and the administration, we have done something so outrageous to alert, and to get the Americans so vexed. And they are putting restrictions on us. And only to realize, our name is not on any list, And whatever visa restrictions that the US State Department will be imposing, it's across the board. It has nothing to do with anything, As Shelton has come, some days this guy goes to sleep, he wakes up with a woman, he just does things. Yeah. You don't have to provoke, you don't have to do anything. And the saddest thing is that you people you just do not like your country. You could tell me what you want. There are some of you, your behavior amounts to treason. You do not like your country. There are some choice words I could use, but I'm on television. And Mr. McDowell might pull me off, and trust me, boy, that I would. I want to be off. You do not like your country. The anthem means nothing to you, sons and daughters of St. Lucia. Love the land. Love the land where you were born. Means nothing to you. You don't care. You want to see bad before your country. Why? Because your side is not in power. How? Cheese on bread, man.
And I don't know, in the 21st century, St. Lucia has been a politically independent, sovereign nation for almost 50 years now. All right? We're talking about 46 years or whatever. That today it seems like, and above all things, you have to reference those things.
Yes.
Because it is being put forward, it is being advanced repeatedly by a white-looking man.
Yes.
By a European-connected man. By a man who has told you that he's a product of North America.
Yeah.
Whose mother is an Irish woman.
Yeah.
Who's considered to be, and everything that he can do to scare us or to make a case that the incumbent Labour Party, led by an African-looking man, a black man, whatever we call it, an Afro-Caribbean, Afro-St. Lucian man, that every time it's always about America will not be happy with us, America, we're losing our visa, America will this, and always seems to be trying to weaponize America and the fear of America against us. Always seems to be taking us down a path of what is palatable to and what will be gratifying to America. Put us in Lima Group, distance us from Venezuela, which was so in such willingness to help us and so on. And so every time it is bringing up this thing about our visa, it's going to our European, CIP, our Schengen visa thing, our CIP thing, and we will be sued by a RICO case in an American court. And this kind of thing goes on and on and on. And we ask ourselves, your basis for wanting to represent us and to lead us, is that basis upon your legitimacy as a St. Lucian, or is it because you have self-appointed as an agent of a foreign power, whether it be a great one like America or Martinique or whatever, that you're always trying to drive a wedge, of intimidation between us and Martinique and France and the United States and so on? Where is your true identification and bonding and hence legitimacy with us as St. Lucians? Do you recognize us as a sovereign polity with our right to self-determination and to chart our own course? If not, you have no right wanting to come and represent or lead us.
Yes. I mean, I sent video one. I did not intend to do that, But let's remind the people the kind of traitors we have in our midst. Yes, please. And we have to block it.
Bank of America has suspended correspondent banking relations.
Bank of America.
Bank of America. Bank of America. Bank of America.
The termination of the correspondent banking relationship, which means the banks, for example, in America, will no longer do business with the bank in St. Lucia.
Banks in the United States, which are correspondent banks.
I believe that we should write Mr. Martinez.
Please, Mr. Martinez. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going to Washington, D.C. I want to go and meet with Martinez's lawyers.
I'm doing that for monetary reason and, of course, to make money.
It's not today that we've told them that they're going down a path that is going to jeopardize our corresponding bank relationship, meaning our ability to transact financial businesses outside of St. Lucia.
The evidence was there for everyone to see. Now,
what loss of correspondent banking?
What loss of what correspondent bank?
Governor of the central bank had to look at these people with incredulous. I mean, he was so incredulous. I mean, what are you talking about? You have a reporter. You have the governor of the central bank. You stating as fact something you don't know.
Yeah.
You want to present it as fact that the loss of correspondent bank, and they had to ask you, what are you talking about?
But I think the biggest blow that he got in this whole Martinez saga came from the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew,
took him apart,
who blew away this whole Martinez thing and showed what a fraud this guy was. I knew he was from the beginning, but that was an authoritative response. Martinez disappeared
right away.
He disappeared from the scene, because Martinez was being put up to it by Alan Chasney. That's why it was being, because you can't be endorsing what Martinez is doing. And you notice, as soon as Martinez realized that he's no longer a viable combatant in this thing, that he cannot make anything, Alan Chasney has taken it up,
Yes.
to go and try to get injunction against Martinez failed in the mission.
But
so let me come and do it myself.
And then you have some Zelevs. I mean, it's true. I mean, you're idle behind your laptop and thing, you're unemployed, you're getting a few dollars. But you're trying to damage your country. Breaking news, and Lucia will be this and that. I mean, come on, people, man. Stop this. We have to grow, we have to move on. Stop this misinformation, scaremongering, and this foolishness that you're on. Get off that path, man. Because your side, that's not the way that you're going to win an election. Because we're going to scrutinize you and we're going to expose you. You don't win an election like that. Come with something, come with substance, come with policy initiatives that can cause us to think and say, wow, Philip Jackson just announced 10-year visa. He's going to sit at the NIC. You understand? Put unemployment benefits. He's doing so much. But you have your Sunday funnels and your first conferences and there's nothing coming out of that except El Guapo and Bolong. What it is that you'll have? Nothing. Campaign on nothing, and you expect us, you want us to over that. Of course, the diehards who clap for crap will support you because nothing then agree matter. You know what I mean? But any right thinking solution reject you because you are offering nothing. You have nothing of substance, you have no policy initiatives, you have nothing that you can say, yes, at least here is a plan. You have no plan. But you come there with scare tactics and try to put that wedge as shelter between us and the United States and us and Europe and stuff. Nothing like that.
And nothing to me. None of his scare tactics have ever come to pass. Never.
Nothing.
All this thing about our Schengen visa and our visa access to Europe and our correspondent banking.
Nonsense.
Always they are in danger. Every time the government has engaged diplomatically and otherwise with those countries and the relevant competent authorities, the information is that we don't know anything about that. We have no problem with St. Lucia. He always is just the same way, He became a spokesman for Richard Frederick's visa when the visa was restored. It's Alan, who go in parliament. It's a 2-day visa and it is called so and so. And it was given for blah, blah, blah.
And the other zealot said, oh, you broke the thing and said, Lucia, the zealot from Canada.
I don't pay attention to relevant people anymore. So he does that all the time and it has never come to pass.
I think honestly, you see this video I just played. I just have that as backup on the thing. I didn't come to play that. I came to play. Shelton, let's play one more and then we will take.
Of course.
Okay. Let's do some education. Video 3. It's just 3 minutes long. That's not long. We have some time before the break.
44 St. Lucian students have been awarded full scholarships to pursue undergraduate and postgraduate studies in Taiwan, marking another chapter in the long-standing education partnership between St. Lucia and the Republic of China, Taiwan. This year, 24 female and 20 male recipients were selected, bringing St. Lucia one step closer to achieving gender parity in access to higher education. With a near-even split between male and female recipients, the program is also helping St. Lucia advance its goals for equity in education. Her Excellency Nicole Su, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to St. Lucia, outlined the awards as a representation of the continued commitment to the long-term partnership between the two nations.
To all the awardees today, I congratulate you because surely you are going to be inspired, stimulated, and empowered in Taiwan. After graduation, as much as we'd like to keep you in Taiwan, the young talents in Taiwan, we hope that you would return to St. Lucia to make contributions to your home country's development.
The program continues to grow in reach and impact, enabling St. Lucians to access world-class education and return equipped to serve in key national sectors. Hundreds of students have already benefited from the scholarships offered under Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MOFA, and the International Cooperation and Development Fund, ICDF. Minister for Education, Honorable Sean Edward, has consistently affirmed education as being the most sustainable pathway to national transformation.
When I perused the list and I see that the diversity that we've brought to the fore this year in terms of gender parity, the different fields of study, I have concluded that in this room this morning, we are talking about millions of dollars worth of investment.
According to the Education Minister, St. Lucia remains replete with examples of individuals achieving excellence on international platforms. This, he says, fuels his belief in achieving the goal set.
I am 100% confident that we will get there. And we're not doing it because it is a fancy policy initiative that can roll off the tongues of politicians and ministers of government. We are doing it because we have a profound belief that human resource development and training, more than anything else, is what will determine whether St. Lucia thrives in a globally competitive environment or whether we sink and we continue to exist at the mercy of more developed countries.
For the 2025 cohort, accepting the scholarship awards represents their commitment to represent St. Lucia while gaining the skills and exposure needed to contribute to national development. Their journey from St. Lucia to Taiwan begins soon, grounded in ambition, framed by partnership, and shaped by a shared belief in the power of education. From the Communications Unit of the Department of Education, Innovation and Vocational Training, I am Kiba Talium.
Oh yes. You see, you saw the happy faces there? And let me tell you something, there are a lot of flubbles there, because we don't discriminate. There's no Belrose doctrine applied to this. And so many of them will be going to Taiwan. Some of them will be learning a new language too. They'll come back speaking Mandarin or whatever. and they'll come back skilled. That is how we do it. We build our country. Forget the traitors and those who want to, who wish it bad and hoping that, they're salivating at every prospect, of something bad, at every murder or any crime. There's an armchair commissioner of police. I won't leave you today. You understand? Every crime, every murder. And Shelton, can we take some calls?
Absolutely.
Yes, we can open the lines.
487-9849, that is the mobile number on which you can WhatsApp call us, 758-487-9849. You can also reach us on the local landline, which is 4533-911, 4533-911. And you can post messages to us as well by going to realfmofficial.com or mbcslu.com. You'll see a WhatsApp messaging link on each of these websites, and you can post the messages. They'll come on to our on-air messaging board in real time, and we can get them and read them. But we have our first caller. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Brother Shelton.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Brother Terry.
Good afternoon, sir.
Brother Shelton, I got a glimpse of your wallet. That looking nice and heavy, boy.
My wallet, so you mean what I was doing there? It was actually at camera level?
Yeah, your wallet looking solid, Gasa. You could see that, the level of prosperity. It is going in every nook and cranny of the country, man. Yeah, but before I make my my local contribution, I want to go on the international scene, and I want to condemn the Israel army, man. For slaughtering people, man, in Gaza, man. And no pastors, no body of the cloth, only once to me, I Shelton knock it. Nobody not saying nothing. That is human lives are there. Lots of children are being starved, because of lack of food. And the Israelites,
they're not Israelites. No, they're not Israelites.
The army.
No, listen to me. The children of Israel in the Bible were called Israelites. Yeah. These ones are Israelis. There's a difference.
Thanks for correction.
Don't say anything to perpetuate the belief that this modern mini-state is the same Israel as the Bible. It is not.
Thanks for correction.
Yeah.
Yes. So they even adopt something they call drip feeding. Where they're starving people, man. It really hurt me. And I'm not hearing no pastors talking about that. And I want to place on record as a human being, I condemn that. Now I go into the local scene now. Shelton, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you very much for that little correction. And I want to thank you for the way that you push back against the Martinez time when that was really hot. Yeah, man, because I almost drank that Kool-Aid, But when I hear you, Shelton, day after day, then Richard Frederick came and pushed back against that. I start to believe that these guys, they are not who they purport to be. So Shelton, I have to give you some praise there. Now, last but not least, Shelton, I went by Super J yesterday, and I normally buy my little, salt, my little Crick's biscuit, the whole wheat, So nighttime before I go to bed, I would munch on a little packet of whole wheat, to avoid putting anything heavy on my stomach. So I normally buy 4 packets of biscuits, and that would come to $26 because one is $6.50. Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
So yesterday, I didn't buy my usual 4 packets of biscuits. Boy, Shelton, when I give the lady $26, the lady give me $2.80 change. So I went, boy, what's really going on? So I, as a honest man, I tell the lady, well, she shouldn't give me change. Shelton, the packet of biscuits at Super J is $5.80. My government working.
Price reduction.
My government working. That's why I send this song for you, but maybe because of lack of time, you can't really play it, So I am saving now 70 cents. Mr. Philip J. Pierre. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Sister Emma. And thank you for the Labour Party administration. Now, what we have to do, we have to continue monitoring these things. We have to have boots on the ground to ensure that whatever little discount that the Prime Minister gives us, it is being implemented. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good one.
Thanks
my government working.
Okay. We have another caller on straight away. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, comrades.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
How you doing?
Doing superb. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so happy about that reduction because I'm a small businessman and it was really tough, purchasing from these big brands. And with that reduction, I mean, it will benefit me significantly and also small business persons. And I cannot understand how somebody is speaking against that. When I'm listening to these guys, I have to pinch myself and say, are these guys living someplace out of Kenosha? I mean, anybody can see that the benefit the government is bringing. And the best thing, Shelton, I mean, I have a family of 4, and to go and renew the passport. And I said, when I heard the passport would have gone for 10 years, I said, hey, I will not do that as yet. I will wait for when the 10 years goes. I'm so happy about that, Shelton. I think that just made my day. You all announcing that? Yeah. I think for me, that's Christmas come early for Lucian because so many people were being affected by that 5-year, and when the government said they'll put that 10 year, and the guys, they start out coming and say, oh, that was the idea. That was the idea. You'll never did it. So as people decide to do it now, y'all want to take that praise. Yeah, so I just want to thank you for that and continue working. And like you said, we come in.
All right, my friend.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
All right, yeah, bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, it's already 1:30, so if we don't have anybody on the line right now, let's go for our final commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be into the home stretch of the last half hour before we wrap up at 2 o'clock. Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prio's Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prio's Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's ginger turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Thanks for staying with the Real Issues on this Tuesday, the 5th of August 2025, with me, Shelton Daniel, alongside Terry Fenelon. Terry, you can butt in or chip in at any time, if anything, while we await the calls. But to remind people of the numbers, there's the mobile number on which you can WhatsApp call us, 758-487-9849, and the local landline number, 4533-911. We have someone on the line. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues, you're on the air.
Hey, good day, Sir John. What's up?
Hi, good day to you.
Hi. Terry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
I watched Benson Emil on Spider's show last night. This one was rough. he was like he was there, but he was not there. And the way he spoke, let me tell you, my 5-year-old child could speak better than that. I could show some level of intelligence. The way Benson Emil came across last night, like as if for every sentence that he wanted to put out, Spider had to leave him out. You understand? And he couldn't articulate anything substantive to make anybody change their mind about him as a candidate and on behalf of the UWP. Nothing about him. Nothing about his demeanor, his language, his attitude, the flow of words from his mouth. Nothing was encouraging about him last night. And that man was a miserable failure on that show last night. Now, for Tommy Descott to come and openly say that the Labour Party is engaging in communism and all kind of party, let me say something. Tommy Descott is repeating what they tell him to say. Understand? I don't think that he's thinking. He's trying to appease to somebody. Understand? Because every one of them, when they have their Sunday parties, every one of them is given a script that they have to stick to. If you notice, they cannot go beyond. If they start on something, they cannot go beyond that. Like, for example, you have that man there talking about one Sunday fun, he come and talk about Bolom and Argent. And that's what he's talking all the time. So everybody has a script as to what to say and what not to say. And if they go beyond the script, they have to pull and say that your time is up. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, for some reason or the other, I don't understand why these people believe that they can fool solutions again. Remember the fight to stay alive? The fight to stay alive, the fight to stay dead. And they had a 14-point plan. They thought they would have fool solution, that 14-point plan. It dissipated, disappeared, evaporated, and nobody heard of it again. But I bet you, with their foolish manifesto, it will come up again, try and fool some people again. Right? But this election, let me tell the United Workers' Party and the candidates that we, St. Lucian, sticking with Philip J.P. We're voting Philip J.P. Nous ne pouvons pas quitter un bon bagage pour un vieux bagage. Understand? That Alan Shastner and his Workers' Party have nothing of substance to offer solutions. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. We stay with Labour. We stay with Philip J.P. We go vote the St. Lucian Labour Party back into office. Understand? And we're gonna, and they were talking about righting the wrong. We have righted that wrong. You understand? And Emancipation Day came on two occasions. The slavery part of it, and on July 26, 2021, we were emancipated, and we are going back. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. We have another call on the line. Yes, let's take that call straight away. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
I hope everybody's doing fine.
Yeah.
Certainly we are, and you sound like you're okay yourself.
Yeah, I'm holding.
All right.
The gentleman a while ago, the way you have to say it is like that. Upakati boyo. Never. Don't do that. Don't do that. So let's go to the Commissioner of Police, who I have a lot of respect for, and I think he's a very good manager of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
Yeah.
I have no problem with his managerial styles. Here's my problem. On that evening or that morning when he was questioned and they asked him about certain files, and his reply was that some of the documents or required instruments that he need to carry out a further investigation somehow or the other disappeared from the file or the vault, whatever it might be. Nobody said to the gentleman, since this has happened, have you changed the procedures and protocols as to how the chain of command for these things in the future going forward? Have you changed it? Have you taken a look at it to see if it needs to be updated? Nobody asked the gentleman that question. But everybody's on the airways. Oh, the police force is corrupt. The police force is this, that, and the other. Ladies and gentlemen, it might not even be corruption. It might be somebody who went in there to clean and did not even realize that he didn't have to take it out. We have to be careful with what we say sometimes, you know. It might not even be a senior officer who took out whatever was in there. Nobody asked the gentleman, the commissioner, what are the new procedures, or did everybody follow the procedures as required to go into that room? And that's my contribution for the day. I done that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Still taking your calls on 487-9849 and 4533-911. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you, my brother Shelton?
Hi, I'm okay.
Terry.
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is Moses Shabatis.
Oh, hi,
comrade.
Minister.
Yeah, how you doing? I just thought I should call today to give thanks and praises to the Prime Minister for including me in his cabinet. Today is actually the 4th anniversary of our swearing in the Parliament. We were sworn in as ministers on the 5th of August 2021.
Right.
And I really want to thank the Prime Minister, and also to say to him, you know, I really want to thank him for his confidence in me, to cause me to be part of his cabinet, and also for the camaraderie we share in the cabinet. You know, every Monday, we look forward to going to cabinet on a Monday to discuss the people's business and to do the work of the people. But I want to tell you, it's really a great atmosphere in there, you know. Although we spend a lot of time doing serious business all of the time, leaving at 11 in the night at times, very late and so on. But we are a team. We are a very strong team, united in our purpose to bring relief to the downtrodden and also to develop this country and to do the best that we can to ensure that we advance this country economically, socially, and to cause there to be joy in the hearts of St. Lucians. Over the last 4 years, you have witnessed the spirit of the Prime Minister and how he handles business in this country, always putting people first. And I'm just very happy today that we are where we are. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot of work to do, and we've only just started the work. And so much has been done. So much has been done over the last 4 years. And Prime Minister, he looks energetic and he looks like a very youthful soldier in this battle to eradicate poverty and to do the best for our people. So I really want to thank all those who are working with me, the public servants, Permanent Secretary, and the rest of the health team, Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs. As we said, as I said a while ago, we won the election on the 21st of July, but the 5th of August, I became a minister. So thanks to all those who keep praying and who keep working. Some of them in the back, you don't see them up front, but a lot of people are working throughout the ministry and to ensure that we achieve our goals. And the rest of the government, my colleagues in cabinet and their ministries also, we are doing our best. Everything is not perfect. You have in the various ministries, in our ministry also, you have things that can be improved. But generally, I can say that we are moving forward with one goal in mind: to continue to make St. Lucia a better place. I hear a lot of of what the opposition is saying. Today is not a day for me to talk about them at all, but just to praise God and to thank the Holy Spirit and to thank the Prime Minister and my cabinet colleagues for all of the work that we are doing. I will be back. I will be back on the airways to deal with some of these things I hear the opposition pushing, but we're going to deal with them.
Yes.
But thank you, Shelton. Thank you, Terry, for the great job that your comrades are doing for the people of St. Lucia. And just before I go, a caller a while ago said something about Martinez and how Shelton, your daily pounding of this Martinez issue. And it goes to something I remember you told me privately once, that do not just take it for granted that people know what's going on. We have to be pounding it and speaking about it daily. And when the caller said so, I can recall this Martinez thing, Shelton or Martinez explaining, and then Richard Frederick coming in and explaining. And look at what has happened with this whole Martinez thing. So thanks for the work, comrades. It's continuous education, and again today is a really wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you said you will be back to speak about what the opposition is saying. I also look forward to you being back in the Parliament as the MP for Vieux North. As a minister,
sure.
this is the biggest of the backs that I look forward for you, to come back, because it looks like there are some people who are prowling and lurking and stalking,
That's right.
But,
so we are preparing, as I've said before in other places, we don't take anything or anyone or any situation for granted. Daily we are working, we have teams working, we have individuals in the various polling divisions working, and I really want to thank my staff and all those who are on the political groups and those who are working the voters list, the whatever we are doing. We are not taking this at all. All elections have to be taken seriously, and in Vieux North and throughout the Labour Party, we are throughout the organization, we are working very hard to ensure that we return to government. We're not just standing there or just sitting there. So yes, the people of Vieux North, I really want to thank them for all of their love, their support, their prayers. And there are challenges, but we know that the people of Vieux North will, certainly stand firm, and we are working for that to happen. I love them, and I know that we are working to return.
Congratulations, Honorable Moses Jabatis, Minister.
Thank you.
Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, elected Member of Parliament for almost 20 years now. Next year, I think he first came in the 2006 elections. It will be 20 years that he has served as the MP for Vieux North, and he is also the chairman of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party. We have another call on the line. Let's take that call. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, that yellow shirt, I know you put it for me, eh?
I say, si c'est pas te who, you know, put on by about yellow shirt. If nobody, if nobody noticed the yellow shirt, you have to draw it to their attention. Go ahead.
Your preamble was clear.
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay, Terry will deal with you because as of now, I'm not talking to you. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. You see, tell Terry, go to the side. Okay?
Terry is not a man
Because
who.
here's
Terry is
it.
not a man who's very enamored with sides. You know. Notice when he talks about the side, he ain't saying it in any good way. You know. Go ahead again.
That's true.
That's two bad cards. That's two bad cards you draw. Yellow shirt and side.
Understand. And I empathize because hello, Benson Emil. From poverty to misery. From Estate to Benton. Come on now. I watched some clippings of that man last night and I was like, hello? Y'all say he was former PS? Acting PS or something like that? Shelton, help me here.
Yeah, he was
PS. He was PS in the Ministry of Health. But I kind of wonder how
with no qualifications. Eh?
I mean, the man is struggling to express himself in an informal setting with a comrade, even though they say comrade is a communist ideology thing.
Yeah, comrade.
But with a
Comrade
party
is a
colleague
bad
sitting
word.
there interviewing him, I mean, the man is struggling. At one point, I said, "Does he have a speech impediment?" You know, I didn't realize that. To me, the first time when he appeared,
I thought so too.
I don't know, something was seriously off.
But it's his whole demeanor, lack of composure, if you will. It's the way he was sitting there. I mean, what pool does Chasney go and dig in, deep in, dive in, swim in to get them?
But it's a side. I don't think you understand the concept, a side.
My God. I imagine me at a loss for words when I heard him, and he cannot explain the $75,000 insurance policy. The PRO, former sports, what cannot explain the 75,000. They have to go and do research
the masseuse
on it. No. He was supposed to have been a master.
Oh, a masseuse.
But I want to say, Shelton, regarding your caller before me, the only quarry that's in Viewport South, close to Viewport North, is quarry products. Okay? Anything to do with a quarry. Yesterday was Reno Gajada's birthday, and his quarry is all the way up in Castries, southeast of Castries South. Okay? We're going to be dealing with anything with, I'm not voting in Viewport North. Why am I saying we? Oh, my whole familiar lineage is from that side. But the other thing,
so once you see you are labor right, it don't matter what constituency or they say no. So you think because you in Viewport South, I ain't going to talk in terms of gas. I swear no Viewport South enough.
Non, c'est moi de West. Tu es moi pas voter en région. Ma really fait comme un top excité. Si long. Vous comprenez?
But tout café me get excited, même manière.
Okay. You're easily excited. Even yellow excites you that you wear it.
That's right.
So anyhow, let me tell you that. I want to congratulate the Cabinet of Ministers on their 4th anniversary. I also want to say to Mr. Jean-Baptiste family that he has been the best Minister of Health in the last 9 years. Okay? We had one, all she knew how to do was to say where the criminals were hiding. All right? And then the part about the police I will deal with next call. Look, I need a bonne Western journée.
Qui est-ce qui gagne une bonne Western journée?
Moi.
Non, moi ça va actuellement vin pe nous.
Non, moi ouais Terry, nous ka déjeuner tale
nous ka ni une bonne
moi
journée.
moi là.
Ek nous ni espoir. Qui tout bagay qui là pour. Kaisa non.
Bye bye.
Okay, all right, my friend. Thank you very much. 487-9849. We can still take a couple more calls before we wrap up today. You can WhatsApp call us on 487-9849, and you can also call us direct on the landline 4533-911. Terry?
Yes, Shelton. I'm a little like the Minister of Health said, today is not a day for us to deal with these guys. Be happy. You know, you saw the scholarships. Today was the day, well, exactly 4 years, the Cabinet of Ministers was sworn in. That bell.
The ice cream
bell. The ice cream bell. Yes, we wrap up. So let's take the call.
It looks like there's a delivery. Real issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Daniel and Mr. Terry.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Alan Chas. Pigmentation credentials. This man believes that he's some colonial master and he have a right to rule us when he is not qualified for that position. And Mr. Tommy Descott, you know, it's a clear case of political opportunism. He's attempting to engage in deliberate ignorance to deceive people for political gain. And last night I heard Mr. Février said that he was not pleased with Philippe J. Pierre's Emancipation Day statement. He said that Philippe J. Pierre is attempting to divide the country on grounds of race. A man that claims to be ignorant, being race conscious, is not racism.
That's right.
You know, because we must never forget and we have to continue to be aware. Because on Sky FM, when they were making all these racist statements against Philippe J. Pierre, where was Mr. Février? You know, Johnny come lately. Because you are attempting to polish these guys. That's the same guys that didn't want to reveal the assets to the Integrity Commission. And they are the worst characters ever to set foot in politics in our country. Because they have a lot to answer where our finances is concerned. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, we still have time, I think, for one or two more calls, but if you've decided that you're doing your own wrap-up for us before we do it for ourselves, then we'll take that. But Terry, I always like to tell you if there's anything further you needed to.
Well, Shelton, today was a day, I did not come to deal with this rejoke and this nonsense, you know. Today was a day that we needed to rejoice. We're going to leave that at another time in the week.
But they're really irrelevant.
Yeah, irrelevant at this point in time. You know, when I see people who are unemployed, you know, trying to destroy the country about visa and American type of nonsense. We're not done that. I mean, we have done nothing to warrant any kind of sanction. And if any sanction is placed on us, it's not because of our doing. It's just, you know, sometimes fellas go to sleep. You know, just as Guy Jeff one day, he went to sleep and he woke up, he won the election, and all of a sudden he was everything. Architect, engineer, health, doctor, everything. No, we're not on that. Today, 4 years since the cabinet was sworn in, today, 10-year passport issued. So when you go to the immigration office to renew your passport or to receive your passport, you'll be getting a 10-year passport with all the security features. Nothing is compromised, you know, so you don't have to worry about that. And we have so many students going to study. You know, we are fulfilling the one graduate per household. And when you look at the crowd who was there, the people, the parents, you sort of smile. There was no labor or UWP. What you saw there were happy solutions benefiting from the policies of the government. There was no Bellows doctrine applied. You understand? It was across the board. They got it on merit. Nobody asked, are you UWP? Are you? And so that we're asking you, when you see you go to the polls, you know, don't think of the progress that we have made under this government and let us ensure that will remain with the Philip GPA administration.
Well said, Terry. Well said. Appreciate it. Thanks again for being here. I think we had
brother.
a great one today.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jaquan, for a superb job with the calls and the controls generally. And you know, we're always happy when the technicals seem to work well, because you know, some days
flawlessly,
when you
seamlessly.
see whatever the gremlin or whatever
The bulong.
that infiltrates and so on, it can make things almost impossible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone. You know, you on the Facebook Live, I didn't really have time to come there, but Terry was following you right through. Sometimes I'll ask him to read some of the more outstanding comments that are there for us, but I really appreciate your participation and your support in keeping this program going. It's really been growing and improving in many ways, both in terms of your participation, the comments, and the interaction. Until tomorrow, same time, from 12:30 to 2 p.m., this is Shelton Daniel for The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters, signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Tuesday, 5th August 2025 were Double Daily Grand 4, 5, 11, 15, Big 4, 3, 5, 9, 8, Big for Multi-X FP, Pick 2, 0, 7, Pick 2 Multi-X 2X, 1 off 1, 2, 2, Lucky 3, 7, 8, 3, Lucky 3 Multi-X 3X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.